You been up to much lately?
Nah.
Nah, me neither. I sometimes wish I'd joined me dad with a family business.
Why didn't you?
Well, I never saw myself as a sugar salesman. And it wasn't really feasible after I killed him and all.
Oh, shame.
Don't be shy, Jimmy. Come on over. I shot that bird till it was stone cold. Jimmy, over here, mate. Hey, Jimmy, over here. Jimmy, show Stilts here that thing you do, you know. The thing.
What thing?
Roll over, you stupid mutt.
Don't get too close. Damn thing's probably got rabies or something.
All right, Jim, how's things? You been drinking in Brightwall again? Now, don't let anybody tell you drinking alone is wrong. That's some of the best times I've had. Anyway, in you go then, mate.
Jimmy, that really you? You look different somehow. Were your eyes always that colour?
Nah, Jimmy's got periwinkle eyes like a beautiful
head in
summer
your
morning sky. That's not him!
It's not Jimmy! That's just unnatural, that is. Oh, that looked like hurt.
Better to block with your weapon than with your head.
In for the throat. I need reinforcements! You won't get me with that gun.
He aims, he fires, he scores. Watch it! That dog will go for you! Where are me boys?
He can't take us all on.
Kill the Jimmy impersonator! Well
Hey, you're broke, ain't ya? How are we gonna make any money out of it?
Filthy house! Watch out! He's... Here, dogs! We're getting the upper hand, lads.
We ain't...
Jimmy was my mate! Mine!
Not my mates, but me! Let's see you blink. Balls!
Leave him! He's mine! You've left quite a trail of bodies. You're not one of Sabine's dwellers, that's for damn sure. But you'll die like one.
Nice block.
Won. This battle is yours. Kill me or let me live, it's your choice. And my men will honor it. We may be nothing but mercenaries, but we have our codes, like any other soldiers. We'll leave the dwellers be, no matter what you do. That is a warrior's promise.
You have taken another step on the road to rule. Defeating Seika has won over many of the people he terrorized. Word is already spreading of your victory.
It is a momentous occasion, sir. Your first victory in battle. I'm no expert on personal combat, but I would say, based on the fact that you're not dead, you acquitted yourself rather well. It would seem that you have completed 2 of the tasks that Sabine set for you. If you return to Brighton, you will find Sir Walter has some news on how to fulfill the last requirement.
We have a shortage of some goods. Great money for anyone who can help out. Items.
What's this? There's a chicken feather in my beer. Is that normal?
Ah, yes,
Ah, here he is. We were just talking about you.
Indeed. We have made a toast to your stupendous feat in ridding Mistpeak of Seika and his men. They have been a source of great distress for some time.
Nobody will be more pleased than Sabine. His dwellers might find some peace now.
Of course, nobody has suffered more than they.
I've been telling Samuel here about the terrible situation they're in. He thinks he may be able to help.
Yes, well, perhaps. I mean, of course. The thing is, as I was just explaining to Sir Walter, Brightwall has no overabundance of resources itself. The King's levies are rather steep, and we face shortages more often than is comfortable.
But
were you to improve things around Brightwall, the people would be most grateful. And when people are grateful, they're also charitable. I'm sure they would find it in their hearts to send aid to those poor people.
there you have it. The way I see it. You will need all the followers you can get if you're going to lead a successful rebellion. What better time to start?
I heartily agree with Sir Walter. Pardon me for overhearing. As it happens, I've learned of a promising method for amassing followers. If you'll return to the sanctuary at your earliest convenience, I can show you what I mean. An excellent way to gain followers is by helping villagers in need. Take a closer look at Brightwall and I will explain more. You can now see the villagers in need. You can also see how many followers you must amass to impress Samuel and the people of Brightwall. Select a villager to help. By doing so, you will gain the respect and loyalty of others in the region. Select a villager to help, and by completing quests for those in need, you will prove your abilities and demonstrate your potential as a leader.
Oh, this is terrible. Right, you'll need this. Contrary to what most people think, chickens are very, very crafty. They won't fall for any of that. Come here, chickie, chickie, I've got some lovely treats for you. Oh no, too smart. You have to defeat them psychologically. Now, they won't remain one concentrated force. They'll have redeployed into groups of 3 or so to maximize their tactical advantage. When you find one of these squads, flap your wings and such, and they should follow you back here. But don't let them try to negotiate with you. You do not want those little buggers inside your head, believe me. You sure you're up for this? Many a valiant man's been destroyed trying to outwit chickens.
My dear Bernard, one of these days the chicken god is going to come down from his celestial coop in the sky and peck out your eyes. So there! You're silly Arthur.
When you find some of the little sods, don't let on you're there to capture them. No, just play it cool and kind of casually. Use the chickens.
Dare I say, you're not likely to get much further without more people following you. Perhaps you should...
Your beard looks a bit scruffy. Let me...
Hey! Duck next time!
Beating up on my friends, eh? I...
I'm gonna stuff your dead body and use it as a corpse stand.
Try and parry him, you bloody fool. I've never seen combat skills like that.
You hurt my mate. I love you for that.
Oh, now that's gonna hurt.
Well done.
Hello.
You've a new suit in your wardrobe, a new feathery suit. Go forth and greet the world, and then purport not to be embarrassed when it pretends it doesn't know you.
You sure you're up for this? Many a Well done. Their reign of terror is over before it began. All right, see if we can find some more. Use the chicken suit to get them to follow you. It's a bit crazy, just crazy enough to work. You sure you're up for this? Many a valiant man's been destroyed trying to outwit chickens. When you find some of the little sods, don't let on you're there to capture them. Use the chicken suit to get them to follow you. It's a bit crazy, just crazy enough to work. sorts we have. Anything better in all of Brightwall than the stuff I'm selling right here.
Join the elite with our gems and jewels.
Yes, sirree! Yes, indeedy!
Best establishments in Brightwall. If you can find better prices anywhere, then I shan't be surprised if you shop there instead.
Feel free to browse.
Yes, sirree!
I hear you've got some fancy moves.
You okay?
Please, you've got to help me. I'm so worried. It's my daughter, you see. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Please bring her back safe and sound as soon as you can.
foul, vile fiend!
You, good sir, you who live in some...
You will find the legendary lost play?
Splendid!
Finally, tragedy and comedy will come together as they...
Turn back now, mortal one. Only death and insanity await you. Don't pick it up! No, really, I'm serious. You lot just can't leave well enough alone, can you? Bloody literary tourists. Bane of my afterlife. Listen, you. You're not getting my lost plate, you hear? It's rubbish. Worse than rubbish. I mean, what was I thinking mixing tragedy and comedy? I must have been off my rocker.
It would seem, my dear fellow, you have been apprehended by the ghost of Philip Morley. That makes us both his captives. I am Ransom Locke. If the name seems familiar, it is because I was once a detective of some renown. And yet, here I am, ready to live out the rest of my days, trapped in a book. As far as I can deduce, we are currently in a scene from one of Morley's greatest romantic plays, the near tragedy of Oliver and Ethel. I believe if we are to escape, we must act out the scene. But performing is not one of my talents. If I am correct, putting on this costume should set things in motion.
Oh, Ethel, my love, my life, my son, if thou wouldst but give me one sign, one gesture that would speak of your affections, then might I think this grey existence worth living.
Ah, yes, a classic moment in the play. You are Ethel, the beautiful young daughter of a dung merchant. Show Oliver that you love him, and we may be able to leave this scene.
Drop dead!
Oh, woe! What cruel darts that strike my intemperate soul! If this were...
Shove it, fatty!
Stop! Thou hast driven a dagger into my breast and ended all hope of happiness. Thusly, I must end my life. Hark! A shadow approaches. Take me! And so I die.
Well, it's an unorthodox reading of the text, but one cannot argue with the results.
I see you are
gifted with remarkable literary cunning, but can you really comprehend the depths of my work? That we shall see.
Ah, yes. This is undoubtedly a scene from one of Morley's earlier, funnier plays, Bloodbath at the Royal Court. And this must be your costume. The role of the fool is one filled with tragic depth. It will require a masterful performance.
"'Tis a troublesome time for this court, and my crown grows heavy. So make me laugh, or I shall have your head."
Kuchi-kuchi-goo.
Oh, stop! It's too funny. I believe I'm in the right mood now to meet with those foreign delegates. I think I shall only behead half of them, yes.
I have never seen a more convincing proof. There is hope for us yet.
You handle my royal dramas as well as you handle my romances. But will your versatility extend to the more subtle domains of theatre, I wonder?
Oh dear. Unless I'm mistaken, this is a scene from Morley's notoriously violent historical epic, Titus the Mutilator, Part 2. Which would mean this is the gladiatorial arena from Act 5, where Titus is finally slaughtered by savage warriors seeking revenge. A favorite scene of mine as a child, I must admit. And here is Titus's famous costume. I had some pajamas that looked just like it. Put it on and you will take on the greatest role of your life.
Titus! Thy pox-membered body shall pay for thy monstrous villainy. My son lies dead because of you. Now shall revenge be mine, cold as your corpse and all the more flavoursome for it.
Do try to make your demise convincing.
Do you ever wonder what your spleen looks like? Let's find out.
Oh, that didn't look too bad, mate. Come on, hit him back. Well parried, lad. Dodge, you idiot! He's making you look bad. It's we're untouchable. Leave off.
More of my kin lie slain, and yet you live. You have breathed your last sulphur-scented breath, Titus.
Looks like he might have something good on him. This better be worth it.
Oi! You keep shooting that thing. What the? We ain't got more than we can chew here, lads.
Back to one! But now it's payback time! I don't have a good feeling. like this. After everything we've been through. Magic.
All my men dead. My vengeance denied. My world undone. I can't stand to live 1 second more.
A tremendous performance. That's just the ending I wanted to see when I was a young boy attending the theatre every weekend. I wonder what scene will follow now.
Oh, what scene could possibly follow such a masterful rendition of my work? And the way you improvised some of those roles, you brought new life to my words. I stand in awe. You have earned the prize no mortal has ever been honored with before. My missing play. I entrust it to you, for I know that you will do it justice. I call it the Ham Sandwich, a metaphorical title for...
Ah, you have retrieved our aged investigator. Happy day! Have you, perchance, found...
This is no time for perchances, Lambert. The play. Do you have it? We're saved, Lambert.
Oh, the joy in my bosom knows no bounds! Thank you 1,000,000 times! Thank you!
His head bosom. It's already working. Comedy and tragedy will at last join hands.
Hark! Bear witness to the tragic futility that is man. Oh, how it doth sear my senses to see paradise and yet to be barred.
That reminds me of a great joke. A guard, a monk, and a chicken walk into a bar. Unfortunately, the bartender had had a mild heart attack that morning, so none of them get served.
And yet what purpose doth heartache serve when the infinite dark blanket that is death falls softly upon our still beating corpse?
That reminds me of another one. A corpse walks into a bar and says, "Can I have a lemonade?" "Certainly," replies the bartender. "I've never seen a stiff drink."
And so endeth our happy sad play, which reminds us we are made of nothing but clay. There's time only for our fool to say,
"Great big giant bosoms!"
What the hell was that?
Biggest load of old tosh I ever saw. It didn't even make sense.
Worst play ever. I'm beginning to understand why Philip Morley never published this particular piece of work.
Civilization will rise with broadness of grace.
That's all of them. At last, the town can rest easy.
Oh, Bernard, you've got to lock them up again. This isn't right. They deserve to be free.
You're always on about the chickens and their freedom. You know what I think? Right. It's like I've said all along. We have to kill them all.
You bastard! You murderer!
Look, you're either with me, or you're one of them. Which is it?
Well done. You have gathered quite an impressive following in Brightwall. This should be more than enough to convince this little hamlet to send aid to the dwellers.
No, let's not get hysterical.
I think it's time for us to split up. I can't live with a man who holds innocent.